Well, grateful that you're coming back to our station today and saying hello.
You can go see her live, but the Netflix thing is exciting too.
Yeah.
You are always doing something, especially when it comes to shows.
Well, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
To stay relevant in comedy, especially, you have to do something. So my special on Netflix is called Finding the Funny, and it's actually was one of the top downloaded specials, top 20 downloaded specials last year. So I'm hoping for this year, but then I'm going to do a new one soon.
So how does that work? If someone downloads it, they give you like a nickel or something? How does that go?
No, I'll see none of that money because the production company will keep it until for odd and for night. I mean, there's always some bill for paper clips, so I'll probably never see anything. But the idea is that everybody laughs. They watch the special, then they come out and see me.
See you,
and hopefully,
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? That's really what you get money at the top, and then they say we'll pay you. We'll pay you on the back end, but you never. That's.
Never
They
see.
never.
Those checks never arrive.
Never. Then you're billing 17 people. It's it's the same no matter what job you do. There's always somebody trying to take a piece of your money. I'm sure if I was tossing newspapers in the morning, someone would go, well, hey, you owe me for rubber bands. You know, so it's just that craziness.
But keeping busy, you're on the road, coming through Des Moines, doing lots of great things.
I have to. That's where I get my material. It's called Finding the Funny because for a reason. Because every day you wake up, something crazy happens. So I think instead of people get depressed and they get anxious, if you just figure out a way to make it funny, you don't have to be sarcastic. It takes time sometimes. But last night we saw the pictures of the guy who that killed the snake.
Right.
15-foot
big old snake.
160 pounds in Missouri in a neighborhood. Had eaten 2 dogs, not funny, and like a bunch of chickens, which makes me laugh because I just picture chickens running around. It's a neighborhood, right? But funnier to me is that there was a guy who reported seeing the snake about a month ago, but nobody believed him.
Oh, no.
Because I said, can you imagine there's always that one guy in every neighborhood that's, kind of a little bit off, the drunk. And it was probably that guy. And he was like, I seen it. I seen the snake. It was about 15 foot. Like, no one. Yeah, right. Jake saw a 15-foot snake.
Last year he saw the abominable snowman.
Oh, my goodness.
And that didn't pan out.
Did we have a picture of that? What were we showing there for a second? No? Okay, I thought maybe we had a picture of the snake.
I don't know if you have a picture of the snake, but if you have a picture of Jake, that would be great.
We'd rather see that.
What's interesting about this, so I second unit directed a couple Showtime comedy specials. I did live new comedy. I did some other stand-up comedians, Kevin Nealon, Carlos Mencia.
Friend of mine.
The lifestyle stand-up comedian, you are on the go. You are moving. You're working, you're going, you're traveling.
Yeah, but here's the thing for me. By the time I had my son, I think I was somewhat established. I mean, I knew that I would work forever as a comic. So, I may not have the TV shows or this, but I will forever now work on a stage, okay?
Right.
So once I had him, then I'm able now to kind of somewhat pick and choose what I work about 10 to 14 days a month. And then when I'm home, I'm off. There's no makeup. There's no, you know what I mean? I try to just be my son's mom, my husband's wife, and give him a break from guarding the perimeter. You know what I mean? Like that's, so I try to balance it out now. I don't think I could have done that early years. Like early years, there would have been no way I could have been a wife and a mom.
Well, you had to be out promoting yourself. And
yeah.
Well, and not only that, we talk about LA comedy clubs. I went to a lot of them. We were doing those shows, and after the show, if you are a coming up comic, which you are not, but when you maybe were, after the show, now you're hustling all the people there. Hey, did you like the show? Can we meet? Kind of, looking for.
I was never that guy. I don't know. Well, a guy. First of all, I was never that guy. So, and I probably won't be. But I could have a show on E if I was.
Yeah.
But no, I think it was different. There are people that have that path. I was pretty lucky that by the time I moved to Los Angeles, I had already been working for 10 years as a comic. So I moved there. I got the Montreal Comedy Festival, so I got an agent and a manager right away. I was blessed in that respect. But then, you go to the comedy show. It's fun to see people, that are huge, become huge. Kevin Hart was a friend of mine, and we used to just hang out in the parking lot talking about, boy, this really stinks. And it still does for me. But for Kevin, it's a different.
He's found different avenues. So do you get material mostly from headlines or just meeting people during your
Everything.
travels?
I'm an observationist. I watch people all day long and then talk about them on stage at night. You know, that's it. I think every day there's something. We live in such a politically correct society that it annoys me, and I have nothing to do but talk about it. Like the sharks are attacking everywhere.
Everybody. There was another shark attack here recently.
Really? Just yes. First of all, now, if you take your family to a beach and someone gets attacked by a shark, and you should be charged with murder, because it's no longer a coincidence anymore. That was premeditated attack, right? And I said on stage the other day, I said the way to avoid shark attacks is to swim with a buddy. So then that way, if a shark comes up, you can shove him and shove the shark and get to the beach. Well, this lady, and politically correct, it's a joke, obviously. It's a joke. Disclaimer, joke, comedian. This lady gets upset. Probably had a little bit too much to drink, right? Probably hanging out with the snake.
And lost a brother to a shark attack.
So she was upset. She said, I don't think that's funny. How would you feel if someone in your family got attacked by a shark? And I paused for a moment, and it got silent in the room, and I said, depends on who.
There's certain members of the family I wouldn't mind so much. Do you get that quite? Do you have to deal with hecklers as a comedian?
Oh, sure. I had a famous incident where I had a whole, not just a glass of wine, I mean, not just wine, like a whole glass whipped in my head in the state of Florida. And it cut my head and everything, and the cops refused. And I'm a huge police supporter, but the cops refused to arrest the woman because they said, I antagonized her, which I didn't. They have the footage of it. And we had to work very hard to get the prosecutors to actually, I don't need anything. I wasn't trying to civilly sue her or anything like that. I don't want her money. What I did, they finally did after New York Times got a hold of them, came like this huge press story, The View, Howard Stern, all these people talked about it. But better than that, I got some really good jokes about it, you know, so that's good. Like if you see a white woman over 40 with a flower in her hair and you're not in Hawaii, crazy stuff's about to go down. You should just
wine glass is about to be thrown at your head. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing what you guys have to deal with.
So you're with Jenny McCarthy?
Sometimes we go on tour with her. Sometimes I'm like here for a week by myself, and you know, I just keep going back and forth.
What do we not know about her? We think of her, well, I think of her in Playboy, although of course I've never seen it.
Just the articles.
Yeah, and the vaccination thing, and what's she like to work with?
Well, you know that I will tell you, she's really smart. She's really smart, and she's absolutely beautiful. Like I used to think that those women in those magazines were completely airbrushed and stuff, and this woman is flawless, and she's a regular mom. Like, you know, it's not so much about, people get all caught up in the whole vaccination thing. And that wasn't really what she said, because I did some due diligence, because people kept saying to me, hey, what about this, what about this? And then I realized that Amish people are scarier, because they show up at Walmart with no vaccinations ever, with smallpox and whooping cough. And I have to, like, I can't even take it. And you're not even paying taxes on top of it. Get the hell out of here.
Well, you know, what I've learned is that people, you know, Jenny McCarthy, you know, she comes off as, oh, I just got lucky and got famous. It's usually not the case. A lot of hard work, a lot of thought, a lot of strategy goes into this. You just don't fall into success in entertainment.
Yeah.
Or
to continue to stay at that level. Right. You know what I mean? Now, lots of people can become famous. Nowadays, you can become famous over everything. Look, there's a girl from here that was a teen mom, and their way to stay famous is now do, you know, bad things. And